Now look around, this is what they call greatness. Yeah, now start it up. Push it to the limit, I can never get enough. Yeah, now start it up. If you wanna see the future, then take a look at us. Yeah,
Yo, internet, how's it going? Sorry you guys couldn't look at my beautiful face today, but hey man, you know, some annoying Disney news just came out and I really want to tackle it. So hey man, we gotta jump right into it. The article in question is basically from a author that I'm not trying to name, and pretty much he goes on to say that I've loved Mulan since childhood, but the remake is too white behind the camera. What does that necessarily mean? Well, he has a problem as a white guy. I'm assuming that basically he doesn't like the fact that this Chinese movie with all Chinese actors in it has a white cast, that they have a white composer, story writer, and so on and so forth. All the cast and crew, or at least like all of the crew, is basically white. The cast is Asian, and he don't like that. And apparently a lot of people on the internet, they don't like that either, because someone posted this tweet up on Twitter and they got about 91k likes on it. As silly as that is, right? I've even seen another article where basically they were saying like that they should import people from China to bring them over and be trained to be part of the cast, so that, or at least part of the crew, I keep saying cast, part of the crew, so that they can make this movie super authentic. Which at that point I'm like, why not just take the whole cast and move them to Asia and then just film the movie there? At the very least you'll get what you wanted and whatnot. But again, this is basically one of those things where it's like you're now stuck with what you want to do, where basically you are listening to the people who really don't watch your movies like in the first place. And what can you really do at this point, right? Because you've given them everything that they could possibly want. All right, they want a remake of Mulan in live action with an Asian actor. Well, obviously you had to do that. But now they want to change her backstory so that she's not being a noble girl who is pretending to be a guy, so that she can save her father from being drafted and whatnot. We're not going to do that anymore. They got rid of Shin because basically they're like, hey man, you know, he was above her and whatnot, so we don't want that to basically muddle up the story. You know what I mean? And Disney just keeps doing this. Like, ever since like them knocking it out of the park somewhat with Maleficent, they've just been making all these crazy average movies and have been tailoring every little bit to all their fans, right? I think that there's a quote in the article as well that said that the whole movie, that it ignores the unique perspective that comes from being connected to the culture and identity in question, something that can't be learned from research and observation. Which is really funny how that jump always comes from people who were not part of that culture, who were not a part of that way of life, right? All silliness aside though, this is a very terrible way of asking for something, because everybody involved on the opposite side of this, who are writing articles and getting their voices heard and whatnot, and talking about we need to have, like, you know, Chinese culturalists and whatnot, we need to empower these people, we need to get the entire crew to be Asian, because if not, then basically the movie it doesn't make the movie any better or worse if basically the entire crew was Asian, if basically you spoke to an Asian nationalist, if you quote unquote empower them and put their name out there, you know what I mean? It doesn't change anything of the fact that they took a old story and redid it, changing it to basically make Asian people feel good about themselves, to put some more Asian media out there, which again is good. But at the same time, the way that they're going about it, you might as well not even support the movie. I mean, this type of crazy thinking is how we got people to believe in flat earth theory, or, you know, to go so far as to say like space doesn't exist because there were no black astronauts, even though there were, you know, that kind of crazy thing, right? I mean, look at this other story where they're already going so far as to make the next Cinderella's like fairy godmother genderless and will be played by Billy Porter. And I don't know who thought that was a good idea. maybe the same person who thought that making the Little Mermaid black was a good idea. But that is what I gotta say about that. I'm out.